Okay, just real quick, you know, before I get really into anything, and this is just a little public service announcement, so to speak. Um, to that group, that Porta dos Fundos, whatever, they've been causing apparently a lot of grief for small YouTubers. To them, knock it off. We're just trying to entertain people and enjoy ourselves as smaller YouTubers and whatnot. And if we can make a buck, cool, you know. But leave us the hell alone. I can't tell you how many of these other YouTubers out here in this community get harassed and harangued by this group. So it's apparently a Brazilian group. I'm not the only one. There's several other YouTubers. I've put out to YouTubers like PewDiePie. I've messaged them or left posts asking them if they would make a public service announcement to everybody so that everyone's truly aware of what's happening. And hopefully, if there's, big YouTubers like PewDiePie and other ones like that out there making noise, saying something about this group that's harassing us, then just maybe YouTube will actually take it and say, okay, we have to do something now. Because at that rate, where I upload a video, I go through my process, I finally got something going, to where I've got kind of a little introduction and it's got some music, and I'm proud of myself because I don't take any classes like this really in school, and you know, you have to bear with me. I use chew tobacco right now, so I don't smoke cigarettes because I'm trying to quit, which is not an easy task, and that it's that much harder when I've got a group constantly, you know, claiming that they have rights to a game that they have no rights on. I didn't use any of their stuff. They don't own anything on my channel. This is Capcom's game. Hmm. And a little segment that they kept claiming that I had stolen and copyright whatever, which is a complete lie, mind you, was on my part two video. They did it the most there. And it's the part where you're doing, it's during the derelict house walkthrough footage stuff. They kept wanting to go after that. A little 30-second bit, and apparently they're doing it to a lot of people. There is nothing in there. Now, all of that belongs to Capcom. And I made that point when I would dispute it. And they would drop it after that. Because I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, maybe legal action is necessary. Because it gets old. Because the way I go about how I do all of this, I use Twitch and YouTube, and I use it kind of combined with some other stuff, and that's how I kind of post my stuff. Am I trying to be a big YouTuber? It'd be kind of cool. I have a lot of people see my videos and enjoy them, but that's as it's much more unlikely for me to do that because I have a lot of things I do. I have a job. I'm an assistant manager, so I have to work. You know, I am supposed to be starting in the academy soon. So, honestly, I'll be lucky if I can post a few videos a week maybe on the weekend if I'm lucky. Coming in like May, I think. May of 2017, all the way through November. And if all goes well, I might be able to re-increase the amount I can put up at a time. Um, but to have a group like this who go around to these small YouTube channels and harassing them isn't okay. And people need to say something about it. Not just a couple of small YouTubers. You know, from my perspective, that's called a scam. That's a con. So that they can make a couple of bucks. I apologize that I'm using chew. I usually wouldn't do that while I'm doing it. I'm just so frustrated by this. Um, and the fact that YouTube isn't really doing anything so far. Yes, my claims, they rescinded their claims against me. And the funny thing is, they did it to the same video like 3 times because I had an error happen. I uploaded the video once to my YouTube and I realized, oh, wait, I messed something up in the transfer from my Twitch account to my YouTube account and I deleted it after I disputed it and then deleted the video. And then I redid it in a way because every time they would sit there and dispute it, I can't download it then to my computer. I know there's probably a way easier ways to do this, and I understand that. Just unfortunately, I don't have the money or capability to do other ways right now. So they're constantly, haranguing. It's the same video I keep uploading, and I'm trying to download this to my computer, and they disputed it the second time. Luckily, I was able to download it properly fast enough before they disputed it. And then, like, moments after I downloaded it to my computer, they disputed it, and I went off again, like, to dispute their claims. They're not Capcom. Okay? They're not Microsoft. The music I use, I made sure it's free license for anybody to use. Okay, the image is a Resident Evil 7 cover. Ooh. And it's old. It needs to be stopped because the way I see it, that's what you expect of an organization who's involved with cartels trying to make a couple of bucks. So bad people do that, a lot. That's typical of a cartel scam run. That's typical of a terrorist scam run. Am I saying they are? No. But this is something you would expect to see from organizations like that. Terrorists, drug cartels, things like that. Nefarious people, so to speak, do things like this to make free money. And now my house phone is ringing. So they try to make a couple of quick bucks to fund things like that. Is that what they are? I don't know. I can't 100% say that this is. I know for a fact that they're a terrorist organization. I can't claim that. But I suspect they are. Because that's what you'd expect to see. And in the past, things I've studied show that that's what organizations do, like, terrorists, drug cartels, and different groups like that are bad groups do. So that they can make easy money to fund nefarious projects. Is that what they are? I don't know. I really don't. But YouTube needs to step in because that's not right and it's not fair. It's not right that they keep claiming, that they have some type of copyright. We're like small YouTubers like us are infringing some type of copyright that they don't. I've made multiple requests. I want to see their business licenses to prove they're a legitimate business. I want to see their copyright license and proof that I know they won't be able to provide. They won't be able to provide that proof. I know it for a fact. The reason I know is because they don't own anything on this. They don't own Resident Evil 7, the current game that I'm live streaming and the current game that I'm let's playing. They don't own the music because it's a free license. Anyone can use it on their stuff completely free. No worries, no nothing. The image is again Capcom, Resident Evil 7, the Resident Evil series, Capcom, and so is the image I used. So I use a very simple Windows Movie Maker. I mean, it's really simple and you know nowhere near as extravagant as a lot of big YouTubers who have these really extravagant and amazing setups that take a lot of time. Do I wish I could do things like that? Sure, but you know what? I can't because I don't unfortunately have the funds or the money or the ability to do it. But to any other groups, out there, make a stand, say something. Constantly, if they're sitting there claiming that, dispute it. Hey, I have full rights to do this. I'm not infringing any copyright. Dispute it and put a message out on it too, because it asks for me to kind of say something, and it warns you. Yeah, they'll be able to see it, and I'm like, okay, fine. I want them to see it. I made it clear. I was like, they have no rights to this. I'm not infringing on any copyrights. Obviously, this is Capcom's game. And the scenes they keep claiming, that's Capcom. And then you've got me talking during it. So, you know, rise up, say something, dispute it. You don't have to take down your video. You just dispute it. They've every time that they've done it to me, and I dispute it, and I make a big deal out of it, they rescind it, and for good reason, because they're not a legitimate business. They're not a legitimate, it's not a legitimate claim even, and they rescind that because they can see that you're fighting it, and they know they'll lose because, your request. Well, I want to see the proof, the license, the copyright license that's yours, which you won't be able to provide because you're not Capcom. I want to see, your legitimate business licenses and everything else. I want to see the legitimate proof of what I've allegedly done. I want to see more than just a little 30-second clip during a cutscene. That's what I ask. And then they turn around, within like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and they rescind it because they know if YouTube starts investigating them and enough people make noise, something they're gonna get shut down and their little system's gonna go down. So that's why I'm making this public, kind of a public service announcement right now. Say something, make a big deal out of it. Hell yeah. Make some noise. It's the only way you're gonna stop them. And any people who are YouTubers do the same thing. Make public service announcements and add it to your Resident Evil 7 channel if you're a Let's Player for Resident Evil 7. If you're a big YouTuber, you do all sorts of stuff. Please speak out. Do this too. Make a public service announcement. Share it around. Let people know. Because the more people that are talking about it, the more likely that YouTube's going to have to listen, and they're going to have to step in, and they're going to have to do something. Uh, Thank you for anyone who's watching it and whatnot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for supporting me. If you don't agree with me, hey, I can't make you do anything. I'm trying to make people aware of a group it's screwing around with small time YouTubers. So I'm Solvent Death. Appreciate your time, and hopefully I'll also have a good another part of my Let's Play up soon. Peace out.